Geek Vibes Nation has made the switch to Anchor. Let me tell you a little bit about Anchor. It's the easiest way to make a podcast. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer. Anchor will also distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more great podcast networks. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to Anchor FM to get started.
Welcome to another episode of Star Wars Saturday. I don't know why I was going to say something else. It's Star Wars Saturday. I'm
Star Trek Tuesdays.
Yeah, I don't know why I was going to say Star Wars Thursdays. I'm like, that doesn't make sense. All right. Welcome to an all-new episode of Star Wars Saturday. I'm your host, Juwaan, and I am joined by some of the greatest members of the council. Starting with AJ. What's going on, AJ?
What's up? I have a lot of amazing news. First, unrelated to this podcast, the Riddler, Paul Dano, I forgot his last name, just talked about the Batman. So that's amazing. And just Star Wars. I'm just happy for Star Wars. There we go.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of news. It looks like the world is starting to open itself back up. So a whole lot of news is going to start pouring out of nowhere. But what's funny is none of this stuff can start shooting yet. So it's like, even if it does like form to be real news, no one can start shooting anything yet. So
it's like the NHL playoffs. You know, we got a format. We just don't have a date and time yet.
You just got to know when the puck hits the ice.
Yeah.
But speaking of which, co-host of Skate to Throats, Dakota. What's going on, Dakota?
Well, what's going on, guys? You know, I am here. I think I've been isolated from the world so long, and I've kind of grown to like it.
Yeah, right.
I totally get why hermits do this, man. This is not bad.
This is pretty good. This is not that bad, honestly.
No.
I wish it was under better circumstances.
Yeah, me too, for sure. I mean, I'm not making light of it.
But all right, let's get into it. What I wanted to tell you guys was, I just finished the podcast with Joel. We did Much Ado About Nothing, and we were talking Star Wars, and he enlightened me on something I failed to realize. And what that is you both finished Rebels, right? All the way through?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I'm not spoiling it for you guys. So spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't finished Rebels. Apparently, I haven't. We were talking about Ezra, right? And I was like, man, if you're going to make Ezra between 30 and 40 years old, that's really weird because that means Kanan's going to be super old. And he goes, what do you mean? And I go, well, Kanan's going to be old. He's like, Kanan's dead. I'm like, wait, what?
Technically, Kanan's not dead.
He's a loth wolf now.
Oh, he's a wolf? Joel was like, he died in an explosion. I don't remember that last episode.
Yeah, you don't remember his eyes turning
transferred
cool?
over into a wolf.
Yeah.
But technically, he's still alive.
He went from being blind to being able to see before it got him. It was pretty dope, dude. It was really dope.
I hate you, Dave Filoni. Not really. I'm just joking. That's blasphemy.
How dare you?
But
How dare you?
It's better than what I just explained it as.
So he's a wolf now, is what you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah,
He was
for
basically
sure.
incarnated as a wolf.
So there's a possibility he could re-team up with Ezra if Ezra got his own live-action show, but he's just a wolf.
And see, look, listen to me here. Here's where I'm hoping, because I'm hoping Obi-Wan exists in the Force, but I hope his like residence body is like a cliffside underneath where Anakin is buried, so he always has the high ground over Anakin, even in death.
That'd be hilarious. As Force Ghost, he's just like,
yeah.
On his grave, it says, "I have the high ground."
What's going on, high ground?
But I will say this. I did hear this rumor today that I wanted to share with you guys regarding some of these rumors we've been hearing. One of the biggest rumors I'm hearing is we could see Ahsoka in the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, where they meet up, they have a conversation. That's probably the extent of it.
Yeah, it's probably the episode that Dave Filoni is also directing.
Absolutely. Exactly. Exactly. I like that. I also like the idea that we know Ahsoka's supposed to be getting her own live action series. So I would like it if instead of giving Ezra his own series, he was just a series regular on Ahsoka's show.
Or it could be about her trying to find Ezra with Sabine, because that's literally how Rebels ended.
That's what Joel said. Joel was like, that's how the episode ended. I was like, well, to me, why not just make it to where it's legit exactly what The Last Jedi was, in theory of they were looking for Luke, they found Luke, and now it's, we found you, will you help us? And Luke was like,
Nah, I'm alright. Hard no.
So I would love to see a version of that where they find Ezra and it's like, hey, Ezra, you want to help us?
And a Shia LaBeouf. Yeah, I'll go with you.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. If it, man, now you got me wanting Shia LaBeouf as Ezra.
That's like Transformers Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, please don't do
That
that.
was the best Shia. That was the best Shia.
No, it's got to be whole Shia LaBeouf.
Oh man, look,
Yeah.
that's a throwback right there. I would love whole Shia LaBeouf as Ezra.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I mean, look, this is some really cool news. Dakota, I'll start with you. What are your thoughts on the possibility? And I want to add this in. I told Joel and he started laughing. The quote-unquote rumor fully states they're looking for between 30 and 40 years old and preferably Asian. What I thought was weird about that was anytime a casting call says preferably, they never get it. So, like, if they're like preferably mixed, he's usually always 100% either black or white. It never pans out. Now, what I thought was weird was I didn't look at Ezra and go, Asian. I just really didn't think about it. I was kind of like, he could be anything, but Asian never popped in my mind.
No.
It was weird, but
I mean, they have a preference, so.
Freaking dope, though, if like Jet Li was Ezra. How dope that shit would be.
But it was just weird that they were preferably looking for that, because I just never really pictured him being Asian. But Dakota, what are your thoughts on us possibly getting a 30 to 40-year-old Ezra in some form live action, whether it's his own show or guest appearing on someone else's show?
30 to 40, you know who needs this? Hang on. What's the dude from Boy Meets World up to nowadays?
Oh, God. No. Look, are you trying
What's
to
Corey up to now these days?
Are you trying to get me to watch this or not, Dakota?
Well, I mean, if I wanted to get you to watch it, I'd get fucking the Ted Danson, who is just criminally underappreciated in anything he does. But since, you know, it's 30 to 40, I can't do that. So now I'm stuck choosing. I don't know. Joseph Gordon-Levitt could probably pull it off.
I would love that. And
that'd be cool.
Kind of feels like he hasn't been doing much lately. So it's like, that'd be pretty dope.
Yeah. I could see Joseph Gordon-Levitt do it.
Next year, he's going to have like 100 films lined up.
And fucking Seth Rogen's hanging out with her as like a fucking sidekick or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
And they just get high. It's like Pineapple Express in the Star Wars universe.
Wait, time out. Dakota, I'm glad you said that, because that, we go off topic really quickly here. That sheds light to something I've been trying to get to be a thing for Star Wars. We desperately need a Star Wars comedy. Like, it's something no one's ever really, because like we had Spaceball, so like Spaceball is the epitome.
Oh, you mean like a spoof, not a...
Yeah,
No.
Not even a spoof, just a comedy.
I mean, get comedy that takes place in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, get like Adam McKay to do it, and you could have like fucking Seth Rogen, Danny McBride. All of those guys would do it. They did Your Highness, for God's sakes.
When I mean comedy, I don't mean legit like Pineapple Express. I mean more so like it's ironically funny. Like if you look at exactly how Family Guy did their spoof, to where it's still Star Wars, but it's so ironically funny because it's exactly how you would picture it if it were a comedy. That's what I would want. And I would want you to kind of not spoof it, let it still be Star Wars. No Jedi, no Sith, have it be about smugglers or whatever.
We already got that with the prequels.
Wow.
I don't know. Stormtroopers. I don't know. Just follow a group of stormtroopers or some shit.
You know, I gotta give the hate. You know, I have to give the hate.
Always, AJ. You're always streaming with that hate, brother.
Or, you know, you could follow the obscure storyline of the one gunner who hesitated to fire the laser on the Death Star and how it haunted him for the rest of his life. Shit, you could probably get Werner Herzog to do a movie on that, and it'd be amazing. Just the moral ambiguity of an empire.
what I mean specifically about a comedy of Star Wars is, you guys remember when the stormtroopers had Baby Yoda in the sack and how hilarious that was?
Yeah.
Do that, but in a full movie format.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just like
So you
follow
just
a
want
couple
all
of stormtroopers on their daily patrol.
Say
And
it
just
again,
see
AJ?
yeah.
Do you just want all jokes or?
No. I think when you're hearing me say comedy, you're thinking I want Friday. But
Yeah,
like,
that's what my head
when
is
I say
going
comedy, I mean so more like it could legit be a serious movie, but it's more comical than it is like a specific drama. Like, it's not like a drama of Star Wars. It's funny. It's meant to make you laugh, but it does have a serious story. Like Dakota said, if you go about stormtroopers, it could be a story about someone like Finn that wants to leave from being a stormtrooper, but like seeing what they go through, seeing him misfire, 1,000 times and then realizing like, maybe we should all aim. Like, I don't think we aim. Maybe we should try aim, like make it funny. But the serious story of it is he doesn't want to kill people anymore. He just kind of wants to be a regular guy. Because we know Vader took kids and made them into stormtroopers. So you could have a serious story that is just comical. So to me, like Joker, not Joker. I'm sorry, I didn't mean Joker. Trying to think of something. I can't think of something off the top of my head. But you can definitely blend drama with comedy, and make it really riveting but hilarious. And that's what Star Wars is. If Star Wars can crack that, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. If they can successfully do a Star Wars comedy.
Well, they have Taika Waititi, so maybe they'll do that with them.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that, AJ. Guardians of the Galaxy is a perfect example of a drama comedy. That's exactly what I'd want you to do.
Thor Ragnarok was a good mix between them as well.
Yeah. I'll give you that too. So I would want something like that. So that's something that I would love to see somebody take, because if you could perfect that, oh, you're golden. But Dakota, I wanted you to finish. Joseph Gordon-Levitt we kind of landed on, but how excited are you to see Ezra outside of Rebels? Because there's been rumors that we could get a follow-up to Rebels, but then I think that kind of melted down into just being an Ahsoka and Sabine show. So, I mean, you could see Ezra pop up animated-wise in that, but to get him in live action is pretty dope, because that means what we've always...
he's a fucking Jedi, he should kind of have some status there.
But I'll say this, Dakota. Hearing all this news about these characters getting live action means what we've always wanted to happen, which is I think Dave Filoni has way more pull than he's ever had before.
Well, he's a successful dude. He's earned it.
Oh, for sure. But look at how this is snowfalling. Like, Thrawn becoming live action is right off of his appearance in Rebels.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Thrawn wasn't something that was going to be live action.
Thrawn was such a popular character that he was eventually going to be brought in anyway.
Right, at some point, right.
Yeah.
I view Thrawn the same way I view Mr. Sinister from X-Men, to where the character is so popular, but like no one's been able to figure out a way to bring that to the big screen.
Dolph Lundgren.
Once you do, game's over. Like, those are the two characters that once someone sees that's a fan of those characters, to them, that's like a dream come true. So this is great news. And I was actually saying Thrawn, as much as I would love to see him in a Ahsoka Tano show, I actually would prefer Thrawn for The Mandalorian Season 3, to where it's his job to stop the Mandalorians. For whoever his master is, that's something that the showrunners can figure out.
But at that point, isn't Thrawn somewhere else because he got
hyperspace jack, dude.
Yeah.
He was in hyperspace.
Yeah.
Get him out of hyperspace.
That's the same thing with Ezra. So I mean, however they get Ezra out is how they're going to get Thrawn out too.
Yeah, I would love a movie with those two together.
Just stuck on a ship that's trapped in hyperspace.
I tell you what, for everyone that we brought up, as much as I want Bryan Cranston for Mr. Sinister, I'd be fine with Luke Evans taking Mr. Sinister, and I would love Bryan Cranston to be Admiral Thrawn.
Why can't he be both?
There's no reason he can't. But
Bryan Cranston has
it up a little bit.
Bryan Cranston has like a very compelling voice to fit Thrawn, and I think it'll be just perfect.
Yeah. So I would love that. Seeing Bryan Cranston be the only reason why anyone ever thinks of Bryan Cranston for Mr. Sinister is because he said he wants to be Mr. Sinister. He said it was one of his favorite
He
characters.
has the acting ability to do it.
For sure.
Sure.
But yeah, no. So I don't want us to get all over the place. AJ, I'll go to you. Your thoughts about Ezra? I don't know why I was gonna say Ezra Miller. Ezra getting some live action love.
I'm excited. I love Ezra as a character in Rebels. I thought he was compelling, along with Kanan, Sabine, just the whole cast. I thought in Rebels was incredible. So if I get all of them live action, I'll be happy. But right now, I'm excited if this actually happens.
I mean, we did get the Ghost in Rise of Skywalker, so that was pretty dope.
Yeah, I mean, I legit thought anything was possible once I heard Ahsoka's voice in Rise of the Skywalker.
And right now we're getting Ahsoka too, so
that lets you know. But I thought it was so dope because I'm like, damn, Dave Filoni really is at a point to where he could say, "Yo, I want Ahsoka to sneeze in this movie," and someone would be like, "Yeah, all right, yeah, bring her in, have her sneeze."
Makes sense. Compelling story.
It
people
fits.
sneeze all the time.
We needed someone.
This guy gets the people.
This guy gets it. But no, I mean, I think he's slowly but surely starting to grow into the role that we want him to be in. Because these characters wouldn't see the light of day if not for Dave Filoni. So it lets you know what the pull is over there. So this is pretty dope. But we can go right into the Thrawn news. Again, this is another rumor. Not even necessarily from like a Variety or the Hollywood Reporter, but it is from someone that I completely respect and think that if he says it, it's rumbling there. So Thrawn getting live action. The report states it is not clear if it's in a movie or a TV series. It's just said that they're looking to get Thrawn for live action. That's dope. I told you guys before, it still upset me that the guy from Rise of Skywalker wasn't Thrawn. The guy from he was in Logan also. I'm like, he looks just like Thrawn.
How old do you think Thrawn would be?
Well, it depends. I think the Chiss, or is it the Chiss that?
Yeah, they're the Chiss. I don't know how they age.
Differently. Yeah, they age differently.
I was gonna say you could totally get like Tom Berenger to play Thrawn if he did like the thing he did in Platoon, where he's just like an amazing villain throughout the entire thing. Tom Berenger would make a hell of a Thrawn.
I don't think they don't look different as they age, so it doesn't really matter what the age is because they all look the same, or they will look the same no matter what age they are.
Yeah.
To me, I don't like. To me, Star Wars characters, unless like they're supposed to be young, age to me is always relative when it comes to Star Wars. So like,
except for humans,
right? Except for the actual humans. But I mean, like, when someone was like, "Wait, you're getting Rosario Dawson to play her?" She looked kind of young in Rebels. I'm like, you don't know how old this is. You have no idea how old she is. I have no idea how old she was at the end of Clone Wars. Part of me is like 20. Part of me is like 16. I don't know. Like, who knows? Like, she doesn't show it in her face.
Never see anybody celebrating a birthday.
All you know is she becomes an adult in Rebels. She is an adult in Rebels, so.
Right, but AJ, that's so relative. You're an adult, but look how young you are. Like, it's all relative. You have no idea. So I'm like, who cares? So I'm like, if you wanted to go with your pick, Dakota, for Thrawn, I have no arguments against it. Who knows how old he is? If I wanted to do Cad Bane, right, but I wanted a younger actor, you couldn't argue with me because no one knows how old Cad Bane was in Clone Wars.
Can you imagine Clint Eastwood playing Cad Bane?
I wouldn't hate it.
Oh my, that would be incredible.
How dope that shit would be.
Oh my goodness.
I would not hate it. And
I'm here to collect a bounty on you, punk.
The crazy thing is, if you look at the wrinkles on Cad Bane's face, it's like he could be Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, and Clint Eastwood could pull off that voice.
Yeah,
honestly, wouldn't be surprised that he was actually inspired by Clint Eastwood. So that's all I'm saying.
I mean, there wasn't many great cowboys in our history. So it's like not many you can go off of. Clint Eastwood being one of the biggest ones.
Can you imagine that shit though? How dope that would be? That'd be like perfectly blending Western and Star Wars.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. We got to stop, man. We're making Dave Filoni too much money over here.
No,
I mean-
take all our ideas. We need them.
Dave
Yeah.
Filoni's
Well, we
listening
need-
and he's writing it down. He's like, okay, keep talking.
Just send me the check, man, please.
I don't even need that. Give me an EP credit. like
Send me the Millennium Falcon and we're square.
like that to me.
No, sorry, TIE Fighter. I just want one TIE Fighter. That's it. First scale,
Let me be in the
one
film.
model.
I gave you the idea. Let me be in the film.
Yeah. I just want a TIE Fighter.
No. See, AJ, because if you're in the film, someone could say, oh, you just auditioned for it and got in it. If I have an EP credit, it lets people know, hey, this was my concept. This was me. And that's irrefutable. You can't argue that. I have an EP credit. You know what I'm saying?
You're both. You can get both.
That's true. That's true. 9 times out of 10, Disney's not paying you for both.
I don't need to get paid free. Just
What?
give.
What? Man, I didn't.
You just said you didn't care about the money.
No, I want the EP over the money, but if I'm acting in it too, you're gonna pay me for
Okay, then yeah, okay.
Alright.
That nice white marble floor.
it.
That's very cool every time I wake up in the morning. Almost a little shock to wake me up.
I mean, look, I would want one of those actual lightsabers, like from set.
Oh shit, yeah.
Give me one of those. Give me one. Of those.
Yeah. Give me
Like every-
Dooku's. I want Dooku's.
Like every Halloween, a kid comes to me and he's like, "Oh, look, I'm a Jedi. Look at my lightsaber." I'm like, "That's fake shit. Get that out of here." Look at this.
Freaking cut his bag in half. Get
Look at this.
out of here, loser.
I
Come
got
back
a
when you have a
Lego
real one.
lightsaber from Disney World, and they look incredible.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
really?
want one so badly. I cannot wait to go there because I'm going to spend the money to do that, as well as spending the money to build the
I was
droid.
planning on getting one, and I ended up getting two.
I heard that
Yeah.
costs as much as rent. AJ, is that true?
They're like $299.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, look, Star Wars is like the only fandom to where like that money is like.
Yeah, it's something I've wanted to do since I was a kid. So
I'm gonna be
going
honest
to
with
do
you.
it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. If I go to Disney World and I go to Marvel World and they have like a replica of like T'Challa's mask, I'm gonna go, not really. A lightsaber? They can tell me it's
I'm getting a
$6,000.
replica of T'Challa's mask too.
If
I
they tell
I
me,
just want a stormtrooper helmet, like a legit stormtrooper helmet that has a voice box, so I can just wear it all the time.
yeah, no, I'm with you.
The Darth Vader helmet's too cumbersome. I can't. It's not.
Way too
It's not feasible.
No, not at all. Not at all.
I
Like,
can see
want-
why he was so uncomfortable in that thing. That's why he was so angry all the time.
He was. And what's funny is if he ever took the mask off, he's just not threatening at all.
No, he's like a little bald dude.
He's not. So he's like, I'll give up breathing because like I have to be.
Oh my god, I just had the worst meme in my head. It's like Vader takes off his mask and it's like a scarred face, but it's Johnny Sin's face. And I'm just like, oh god.
Like
We
you
know
know,
where this is going.
you know how many people he would kill just because they roasted him on how ugly he came there.
Yeah, man.
Like I can picture someone coming out of nowhere, boy, and then Vader just like force choking him.
Or-
All right, let's move.
Ugh.
Let's move on. We're excited about the possibilities of seeing both Thrawn and Ezra. Hopefully we get the whole enchilada. Bring everybody from Rebels. Bring Old Man Rex. Bring everybody. We don't care. Bring Inquisitors.
Bring him all down.
Bring them all down. Dave Filoni, just create your own universe in live action. We would love it. But all right, let's move on. Our main topic today was doing our fan casting for the Old Republic. But before we do that, I wanted to ask you guys your actual opinions. I don't think I ever asked you guys your actual opinions on the Solo movie. And the reason why I wanted to ask you guys that was I always felt as though once Disney Plus really starts to take off, we do these other Star Wars shows. I want to see that exact cast we brought back to do a series for Disney Plus. Don't do another movie. I think it's better if we get an episodic and do just about 8 to 10 episodes, nothing long-winded. But that cast was way too good to me. And it left on a cliffhanger. Like, I want to know what else does Darth Maul have planned? What was he trying to do? So I want to see more of that. And, I really like the actor. He grew into being Han. Donald Glover as Lando was legit
Perfect. It was
perfect.
Yes.
perfect. Him loving a robot was just like even cooler. It's such a Lando thing. Lando's just like, I sleep with anything. It doesn't matter. I don't care. It's like, but how do you do it?
I'm Lando. Who cares?
I'm Lando. Who cares? I got part robot parts. But no, I would love to see Solo the series. That's exactly what you could call it. Solo the series on Disney Plus. AJ, we lost Dakota. AJ, I'll start with you since we just lost Dakota. Would you have any interest in that whatsoever?
I think I might want to stick it with a feature film. With the series, the only issue I have with the series for Mandalorian right now is the production value with all like the what is it called?
Animatronics.
Yeah, not the animatronics, but the world within the characters and all of that. I feel like it's a little lackluster a little bit. That's like literally like the only problem I have, because and there's like some areas where you walk straight and then walk back, and it just feels very constrained to me. And with feature films, it just feels more open for me, at least. And I will want more Solo or Han Solo films like that. And honestly, if they did it less of a budget and then put it on Disney Plus, I wouldn't mind that. I just go on. I just want it to feel less constrained, much like what the Mandalorian was for me, at least.
Yeah, but the thing about the budgetary restrictions that I give the Mandalorian a pass for is it's quite like the CW. So as dope as it looks seeing not Ezra. God, I got to get Ezra out of my head. As dope as it is to see Barry running, like seeing the streaks, seeing how cool it looks when he's fighting other speedsters. That's their budget right there. Yeah. That's why when you see them fight people, it's in like the same 6 locations every season. So the Mandalorian, think about this, AJ. Think about how great space looked. And when's the last time you saw that for a TV series? That space looked that good. It looked real. Like nothing about that was like, that's like a green screen or something probably. Like it looked good. I get your point on maybe some of the planets weren't all that great. But space itself looked great. Baby Yoda looked good.
Oh yeah, baby, yeah. I agree with all that.
So it's like their budget went to the right things, and I think like the problem about making Solo a movie again is it wasn't that well spoken about the first time around. And
I have to disagree on that. I feel like the people that watched it actually loved the movie. I think it just came out at the wrong time.
Yeah, but no, you got to remember, I'm not talking about us as fans. I'm talking about critics. It was not critically acclaimed. Okay. It was not spoken on highly because it made money. Not a lot, because it came out between Spider-Man and Deadpool.
I think it lost money, didn't it?
No, it made a good amount of money. What you would expect from Star Wars, no. But again, you're taking a beloved character that people only picture Harrison Ford for, and you're taking that story.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was going to take a bit of a hit. The marketing for it was horrible. They switched directors early on. There's a lot about it should have just been shelved. But that's why I said when you do it in a series format, it's easier for people to consume it. Like I don't think 8 years ago the world would have appreciated an Arrow movie, but now that we had the show and the show's over, I think the appreciation for the character is higher. Mm-hmm. So I think if you do a series and the series does very well, it's critically acclaimed, everyone loves it, then there's no reason why you can't but you can't just return to the theaters.
Yeah, that's true.
But here's the thing. If you do the TV show and it fails, all right. You do the movie and it fails, your budget is so much larger for a movie. We'll never see Han Solo again. You know? And it's like, I want to see all these characters again. So I'm like, TV, it's easier to kind of maneuver with. Mm-hmm. So to me, that's why it's like, do it for TV. And then if it works, you can bring it back to movies. If it doesn't, these characters just aren't that interesting. But I would like to see, what's his name? Jesus, he actually directed Ron Howard. I would like to see him come back to do the show. I thought he did a good job for what he was working.
Oh yeah, he did. I think he did a great job with
Yeah.
what he had to do.
I am curious, because this Han Solo is very much a Justice League situation. I'm curious how much of Solo, I think it's Lord Taylor and someone else. I'm curious how much of that movie they directed before they left. Because I'm not sure if Ron Howard came on and had to redo a script quickly, or he had to adapt to some of the script. I'm not sure. I don't really remember it all too well, but I do remember Ron Howard came into an impossible situation.
I think the difference with that was that Joss Whedon with Justice League had no time. And with Ron Howard, I think they gave him a little bit of extra time. But with Justice League, literally this is the date and you're going to keep it that way. So you better hurry up and finish the script, finish all the CGI, finish everything. And I just feel like Justice League had the worst end of the stick out of Solo.
Yeah, see, that's what's confusing me. I'm gonna look it up in a second. I want to get Dakota back in here. He's coming back on. I remember that differently, AJ. I remember Ron Howard not really having much time either. It was kind of thrown together. Dakota, I want to ask you. We were talking about. I was saying how I would love to see Solo become a series instead of trying to do a movie again, because it's easier to consume that within 8 to 10 episodes. But I wanted to ask you, do you remember around when that movie was filming, when the original directors left? Wasn't Ron Howard on a very tight schedule to get that movie done? Like, he wasn't given like a lot of time.
Yeah, from what I remember.
Yeah, so I was curious, and let me know if you remember. Me and AJ couldn't remember. AJ, you can Google it while I'm talking to Dakota. How much of that did the old directors direct before they left, or did they not direct anything at all?
Hard to say. You'd think if there was a big portion of it that was directed, that was changed up, we would have heard something about it like we did with Justice League.
Right.
Which, by the way, fucking congrats to fans again for getting someone able to do something, because I guess you guys are finally getting the Snyder cut.
Hey, well, we know what we need to do. We need a J.J. Abrams cut of The Last Jedi. That's what we need. That's what we need. So we can see what his vision was. What were you trying to do, JJ?
It still doesn't change the fact that the last one's a disconcerted mess.
Yeah. Well, here's the funny thing, Dakota, and then I want to get into your thoughts about Solo becoming a series instead of trying to do the movie again. The funny thing about the fans that wanted the Snyder cut is that won't be canon. It's not canon, mainly because Ben's no longer Batman. We still don't know what's happening with Ezra's Flash. The one that came out in theaters is your canon. All of this is what it's a what if. What if that could have finished? So it's not canon, you know? But they wanted it and they got it.
But you're still getting it, so.
They got it. But I do want to ask you, would you be interested if they decided to do, and I called it Solo series on Disney Plus, or would you like them to get another shot at a theatrical release?
I think they should do a series, honestly. That sounds better. Like, I'd watch it. I mean, it's easier for people to digest, like you said. It's hard to go to movies nowadays and, sit through them because they're all like fucking 4.5 hours long.
No, but I mean, I was telling AJ, I like those characters a lot. Like Donald Glover as Lando. I don't want that to be the only time I get to see him.
Yeah, he's dope. I'm starting to think him and Childish Gambino are the same person.
It's so
very similar.
Time out. It's so crazy. I was watching Community because someone told me to give Community a shot. Yeah. So I'm watching it and I'm seeing young Donald Glover and I'm like, this guy turns into Childish Gambino. Like, this guy transforms into Childish Gambino and you just would have never expected it. He was so geeky. And
he's funny as shit too.
So funny. His stand-up is so slept on, by the way.
Yeah.
Weirdo is so slept on. But yeah, I want to see more of those characters. I liked the guy that played Han. I liked what's her name
Yeah.
from Game of Thrones.
Kira.
Yeah, like I
Oh,
wanted.
yeah,
I
And
want more Darth Maul.
yeah, what your computer froze right as we were saying that, Dakota. We were saying how we were curious what was his plan.
Yeah.
Like what was his actual plan? So we wanted to see more of that. We definitely wanted to see more of that. And the tough thing about revisiting Darth Maul in a live action capacity where he's kind of like a mastermind behind something is Vader must have one or two things must have happened with Vader. A, he just didn't give a shit because it's Darth Maul. Or B, Darth Maul was just so underground, it was just like under the radar of what Vader was trying to pay attention to. Because I find it hard to believe.
I know Vader sensed him, honestly. You can't tell me Vader didn't sense him.
So you think he just didn't care?
No, I don't think he cared.
That is so shitty to Darth Maul. It's like
It's so funny. I mean, I was at Bud Blair earlier today, and they had Darth Maul socks. And I was not expecting that, and I grabbed them as soon as I saw them. So now I have a pair of Darth Maul socks.
he's definitely become more famous than ever before. Like I remember when Phantom Menace came out, every kid was like, "Yo, this is like the dopest shit I've ever seen in my life."
Heck yeah, man! I was freaking Darth Maul that Halloween.
like picture, because like if you remember, if you were a kid and you had like the VHSs of the originals, no one looked like that. No one looked like that.
As soon as you saw that fucking double lightsaber shit come out, dude, that was over for me.
It was
dude.
like,
That
oh
was
my
so
god!
dope.
It was like, yes, I need it. So he's definitely become way more cooler than ever, because he's way more mainstream and you see him more. It's not just one movie and then never again. But that's even more reason why I want Dave Filoni to get somebody to do a Darth Maul series. What that guy did on YouTube when he was fooling everyone.
The Star Wars kid?
Yeah, when everyone thought it was coming to Netflix. Remember that whole hoax?
I don't think we're talking about the same thing. I thought you were talking about the kid that had the two things and was doing the broom movements to the Darth Maul theme.
No, hold on, because I
It's a
want
very classic internet video.
I want to find this. Keep talking, Dakota. Keep talking about Darth Maul. I want to find.
Yeah, I mean, I'll talk about Darth Maul all day. I want to pose a question to you viewers. Say Darth Maul and Garth Brooks were merged as one person. Do you think he would be Garth Maul or would he be Darth Brooks? I think he would be Garth Maul, and I think that would be pretty dope.
Yeah, no, I can't disagree with that. No, this is what I was talking about, Dakota. Let me share it. Hold on. Hopefully you guys can see it. I hope so.
Oh shit, here we go.
Let me mute it so we don't get any copyright problems. Can you see it?
Yes.
AJ?
Yeah.
All right, so this was super freaking dope. We're gonna talk through it. We're only gonna watch a little bit of it, so we don't have any issues. But this is obviously Palpatine utilizing Darth Maul the same way he utilized Vader, to where it's like, go kill me some Jedi. Like, go out, go kill me some Jedi. So this is obviously him trying to find out where Jedi are. And we can fast forward a little bit. I want you guys to actually see some of this cool shit and why everyone thought this was coming out on Netflix. Because, like, it looks pretty good for a fan film.
Yeah.
Like, really, really, really good. Like, look how good he looks.
Yeah,
Like,
he looks really freaking good.
Really good. Now, albeit these Jedi look super trash. But Darth Maul looks awesome. And I remember this came out around April 1st. So, like, everyone was like, yo, check out Netflix's new series of Darth Maul. And then when you see it, you're like, this could be, because this was before Netflix was like super huge. So it's like, it could be a Netflix series. Like, it looks like it. And then you find out Netflix was like, nah, this isn't us. Sorry. And you're kind of just like, damn it. But it's so good. And he looks so good in this. But yeah,
Those are some whack ass Jedi though.
They were horrible, Dakota. They were
fucking hipster millennial Jedi.
Yeah, they were the Jedi that, like, you never heard of, but, like, you.
Oh, they're the Jedi that hung out at the freaking coffee shop at the temple.
There you go.
Okay, I have a quote from Kathleen Kennedy about Solo.
Go ahead.
It says, with that in mind, we're thrilled to announce that Ron Howard will step in to direct the Untitled Han Solo film. We have a wonderful script and an incredible cast and crew. the absolute commitment to make a great movie. So it just sounds like to me that they already had a script prepared for Ron Howard, and you just have to adapt.
I just need them to get Clint Howard in there. He can bring his brother in. There's no reason why he can't.
Ron Howard brought his daughter in.
Yeah, so I want Clint Howard.
Yeah.
You guys don't know who Clint Howard is, do you?
Clint Howard was in one of Ron Howard's earlier movies.
Yeah, he's like the dorky looking brother that's in all the horror movies and stuff. You gotta have Clint Howard, man.
But no, AJ, all that tells me is Ron Howard essentially was in a completely forgot his name. Guy that directed Avengers.
Joss Whedon.
He was in a Joss Whedon situation. It wasn't necessarily a story he wanted, but I think it was a project he was passionate about. So he just came in and did his job. But I definitely remember it to where it was like it was not much time for Ron Howard to get this done because they were already on a tight schedule. So he got it done. I don't know why they didn't just push it. Coming out in between Deadpool 2 and Spider-Man was like not the smartest thing for you to do. But it still made a good amount of money. If you check out its box office, it made good amount of money, just not what you'd expect a Star Wars movie to make. But all right, so I'm glad we all agree that Solo would be really dope as a series. But more so than anything, we all agree, bring Donald Glover back as Lando. We need it.
I like L337 too. I really did. I like the droid.
Yeah. Oh, we were saying, Dakota, you missed it. We were saying it was super weird. Like, he was dating that robot. But, like, it's Lando, so, like, it's cool. Like, no one cares. It's Lando.
Oh, man.
It was just so weird how heartbroken he was. But I will say it was really cool to see where Han got the Millennium Falcon from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was really cool. And I was like, oh.
And the Sabat, that was pretty cool. I really liked that.
He lost it like in a poker game. I was like, oh, I like it.
True gambler.
I really do like it. I like it. But that's why I said we want to see more of Han Solo's journey before we actually saw him in the prequels and then where we saw him in the sequels. So to me, it's like, give us more of this character, man. It was a really good cast. But all right, so y'all want to move into this fan casting?
Yes.
All right, let's do it. AJ, since you probably know more of these characters' names, who do you want to start with?
I suck with the names. So
all right, well, let's go with the most notable name to come out of that. Both that animated short that we all watched and Around the Times, and that's Darth Malgus. Let's start with Darth Malgus. That's a name that we know. Let's just go around. Who would you guys like to see play Darth Malgus in live action?
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis?
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have the height, though.
They can digitally add that shit.
There's just something about Bruce Willis that just never strikes me as terrifying. Like that's the only thing. Like, I can picture him with a lightsaber. I can picture him with like a lightsaber as he's about to kill someone. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And then like just slicing their head off, and I'm like, I couldn't take that serious. Bruce Willis, I'd have to sit with that a little bit more.
I'm thinking Javier Bardem for mine.
That'd be dope too. I'm going to kill you, Jedi. But first, I'm going to flip this coin.
I wouldn't hate that. He has the body. He definitely has the body for Malgus.
I think he has the tone for Darth Malgus too, especially in what was it? What was that movie?
Country for Old Men.
Yeah, No Country for Old Men.
I knew exactly what you were thinking, AJ.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean I wouldn't be against. I don't have anything against it. I'm gonna go with the guy that legit could both physically and logically play Darth Malgus, and he's played a version of Darth Malgus before.
Is it Malgus himself?
No, of course not. But that would be dope. Darth Malgus playing Darth Malgus. It's the best person to do it.
Yeah.
No, I'm actually going with a guy that could actually rock the bald head because we've seen it before.
Johnny Sins.
Tom Hardy.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know.
It'd just be Space Bane then.
That's what I'm
with the
saying. That's what I'm
mask.
saying. It would be Space Bane.
I don't like Tom Hardy's Bane. That's why I'm turned off about that one. I don't like
Who thinks the dark is your ally?
Well, I mean, to me though, I'll say this. AJ, let me ask you this. This isn't really getting off the topic. I want to ask you this. When you first saw The Dark Knight Rises, was it in IMAX?
It wasn't IMAX, yeah.
It wasn't IMAX, so you had the surround sound and everything.
Yeah.
You're gonna tell me his voice wasn't terrifying?
It wasn't.
Scary?
It wasn't.
Really?
Yes. I just thought, to be fair, I wasn't a fan of Christian Bale's voice either in The Dark Knight.
That was horrible. That was horrible. Bane's was okay.
Bane and Batman's voice in those movies. Oh God, no.
You know when you didn't have this problem? When Val Kilmer was Batman. He talked like a normal person.
That's true. You also
We didn't have that problem with Ben Affleck's Batman.
Yeah, but he used a voice distorter. He used a metal band.
Time out. Actually, that makes more sense than any other Batman. Like, all you're doing is making your voice deeper. Like, anyone with a brain can kind of go, you sound just like Bruce Wayne. Like, you're making...
Oh, shit. Damn it. You got me.
Right. But
the bat nipples gave it away, right?
with a voice modulator, it's different because you sound drastically different than what you actually sound like. So to me,
Spider-Man sound like a woman.
Just look at Darth Vader.
Who sounded like a woman?
Spider-Man from far from.
That's true. Yeah. No, you're right. You're right about that. But no, to me, Tom Hardy could do it because he's physically already ready for it.
You can't just lean on the one slightly baldish guy that goes to the gym in Hollywood.
Tom Hardy wasn't my only pick. I also had
Nicolas Cage.
God, no. God, no.
Please don't.
Nicolas Cage would be a way better Cad Bane than Malgus.
No, I'm sticking with Clint Eastwood now.
No, I don't like that either. I don't want Nicolas Cage anywhere in the Star Wars universe.
No, I can't say that. Nicolas Cage in Star Wars would be hilarious. Just not as somebody I care about.
Okay, it has to be some unknown character.
Just not somebody I care about. Like, have him be one of those aliens or something. But okay, so I rested with Tom Hardy. But if I really had to give it thought, I don't know. I really put all my cards into Tom Hardy.
I think Javier Bardem is the best choice.
That's just because you're hating on Tom Hardy. Dakota.
No, I love Tom Hardy in everything other than that movie.
Such a hater, AJ.
Taboo, the show Taboo. Oh, it's so good. Have you watched that?
I don't even know why. I did watch it, the first season. And then, like, I don't even think I finished the first season if I think about it.
I love that show.
All right, so we got what was yours again, AJ?
Javier Bardem.
Javier, what was yours, Dakota?
I don't know. I haven't really given one a serious answer yet, and I'm trying to figure out who would be the best for it. Because I'm looking at this homeboy's face, man, and it's pretty damn intense.
Good old Russell Crowe.
Kane Hodder.
Who's that? Kane.
God damn it! You guys need to watch more horror movies. He's played. He's the guy who's most famous for portraying Jason in like 3 movies.
Okay. I know that.
But you know, he has that menacing power, and he's like 6'7". He's just intimidating like Jason. I mean, you look at this guy's face, you're like, that kind of looks like that Uber Jason from.
What is his voice like, Dakota?
I mean, he can make it. He sounds like a tough guy. He sounds like someone you don't want to fight. Hang on. I'll pull up. Let's see here.
Because to me, more so than the body, the voice is important.
Yeah, the voice is very important.
It's very important.
Yeah.
I don't want it modulated. I want someone who can naturally have that deep, brooding voice.
Javier Bardem has that.
Here it is. This is his voice.
You know, it just again shows the power twisting somebody's head, until it comes off.
Jesus.
He's talking about playing Jason.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's not easy to twist somebody's head off. And the
He has a deep voice, though. And he has that menacing prowess. Even if it's not his voice that they do, because they can totally dub over his voice. That's not an issue. But for someone to actually portray Malgus, fucking Kane Hodder would be the perfect choice. He's like Jason, honestly. If Jason talked.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
as badass as Jason.
Yeah, and I would say this. I would say, because if you guys remember the actual trailer that I sent you for those cutscenes, he didn't do a lot of talking.
No.
I'm like, I kind of prefer Malgus having a mouthpiece, like someone that does his talking for him.
And that's the perfect thing, because if you need someone to stand there like menacingly, who better to do that than the guy that's portrayed Jason more than anything?
Yeah,
He knows how to scare people.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. I would even throw in the guy that played Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would throw
Anyone who's done like a lot of character work like that, like in horror movies especially, that's where you need to look, because that's where you're going to get the most
I'll say
menacing
this.
person.
You know what I'll go with? Dakota? If I went with your pick, I would have him just be the body and Tobin Bell be the voice. I would have Tobin Bell be the voice.
That'd be cool, like Jigsaw.
Make it really spooky, scary. So like anytime you see him, it's
Play a
like,
game.
oh God.
You just wait the whole movie for him to say he wants to play a game or something, or game over. He never does.
I would love it. AJ, do you like that? Do you like the idea of that?
Yeah, I like that choice.
Yeah. All right. So I like that, Dakota. That's a really cool one.
I'm a huge horror nerd, if you guys didn't know, man. That's like my shit, dude.
Wait, time out, Dakota. Our friend Dom, who does all these podcasts with us, is
Yeah, I think he's been on that trivia night before, right? Yeah.
Huge horror buff. I would love to just talk horror with you both.
Yeah. Dude, I'm a horror nut.
We got to figure that out for an episode at some point. But all right, AJ, what character would you put up next? I'll say this. Remember that cowboy that seemed like a human version of Cad Bane?
Mm-hmm.
I actually would love Benicio del Toro to play that character.
I thought I had
someone that could be super charming, and also someone that could pull on that Western draw. I kind of like Benicio del Toro for that. I think he'd be really cool for that. Do you know what character I'm talking about, Dakota?
Yeah, hang on, let me pull it up.
Okay, go ahead, AJ.
Yeah, I can see Benicio del Toro doing that character. I think another good actor is oh God, why am I blanking on his name? But oh my God, I'm gonna be so dumb once I figure it out. Who plays Steve Trevor in Wonder Woman?
Oh, Chris Pine. Yeah, Chris Pine would be cool.
I think would be a good character. Good actor for that character as well.
Oh, I'm thinking about this, and I know I'm skipping a little ahead, but I'm giving Dakota some time. I personally remember the female Jedi who got the double-sided lightsaber.
Are you talking about
Shan?
Shan? Yeah.
You know who I would?
Shan?
Do you guys know who I weirdly would love to see play her? And you guys are gonna go no, but then when you think about it, it's actually kind of perfect.
Jennifer Love Hewitt.
No.
Damn.
Ana de Armas.
I wish I knew who that was.
All right.
Knives Out.
She was in Knives Out. If you saw Knives Out.
Okay.
I was thinking of Karen Fukuhara, the girl that played in.
You don't have to say nothing else, AJ. Shut up. Yes, I love Karen Fukuhara. All right. Quickly, I'm glad you said that. Quick funny story while Dakota's watching a little bit more of that. AJ.
All right, so I'm at the scene where I'm seeing all these people. So we got a Zabrak dude, we got the girl, we have homeboy in the back, which totally looks like the dude from Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, 100%.
So that's pretty cool. Yeah, okay. So I see what you guys are saying.
All right, so do you need some more time to think of who you'd like to see play him?
Which one?
The Cad Bane human lookalike.
Okay, homeboy in the back here. Yeah, all right, I'm getting a good look at his face. Yeah, I'm getting a good look at his face. Hang on.
But you're talking about Karen Fukuhara. What are you talking about?
Oh, okay. So I had an opportunity to interview her at New York Comic-Con, right? But I couldn't because, like, I love her so much. I know I would have told her I loved her. So, like, Joelle was like, well, just do it and be professional. I'm like, I can't. So, like, I completely skipped it. I'm like, I can't do it. I was so nervous, AJ. But I've always loved Karen Fukuhara. I was actually one of the rare people that when everyone was, like, drooling over Harley Quinn and Suicide Squad, I was like, all right, no, she's dope, but What about Karen Fukuhara? Like,
She was so
what about
underutilized in that movie, though. I was the parts where she was in, I was like, yes, she's badass. She looks badass. The atmosphere around her is badass.
I loved it.
They did nothing with her. I was like, why?
I don't know, AJ. I don't know.
Goodness.
But what were you gonna say, Dakota?
Well, looking at it, I'm trying to see because he looks. If Pedro Pascal wasn't already Din Djarin, I would say Pedro Pascal. But Antonio Banderas would be a good one, probably.
Yeah. We haven't seen him in Star Wars or his name
No.
even be brought up for anything. I wouldn't be against that at all. I actually freaking love that. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
So like, all right. So I want to give the viewers that will watch our video, give them kind of a little idea on where we're going here. So I want to get a better look at them. So all right.
So that's the teal.
Yeah.
Right. So that's who I want Anna to play. I think she would freaking crush it. And that's the one role that gets her out to all kinds of viewers. Because all kinds of people watch Star Wars. But I can tell you, I've talked to numerous people who have not still seen Knives Out. And you know what's even funnier? When everyone mentions her name, AJ, they always go, oh, you remember from Knives Out? No one remembers she was in that movie with Ryan Gosling. Yeah, Blade Runner. No one remembers that. And she was super hot in that.
She was super hot in that.
Yeah,
Well, you're
super
not
hot.
wrong.
But no one remembers that. But all right, so as far as this guy here, we got Antonio Banderas. I put up Benicio del Toro. Who do you put up, AJ?
I said Chris Pine.
Oh, Chris Pine, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I'm trying to think of the last time I saw Chris Pine with the handlebar mustache.
That was in that
Hell
the
or
Hell or
High
High
Water.
Water.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yes. All right. I was trying to picture it because I'm a visual person. All right. Yeah. No, you're right. Okay. Or yeah. No. You're right. Okay. I like that. No, you're fine. All right. All right. So I put up Anna to play her. Who you putting up, AJ?
I said Karen Fukuhara.
Oh, that's right. Dakota, who you putting up?
Let's see.
Someone was saying the chick from Battlefront 2. Player.
Yes. Mauricio?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah,
well, I won't say
kind of.
I'll say 50-50 between Karen Fukuhara and I gotta remember her name. I have to. Yeah, I can keep going while I remember.
Yeah, I don't remember her name at all. So who are you thinking up, Dakota? It's difficult, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't.
Because it's like it's a specific face you have to put with this face.
Yeah.
Not many that fit that face.
Mila Kunis potentially, if you could get past the voice.
I actually wouldn't be upset with Mila Kunis. She is.
There we go.
She is. Oh, there you go, AJ. You know what I know her from? If you guys ever watched The League, where it's about fantasy football, the TV show.
Yeah.
She played she was the person they created the trophy from. And she was hilarious and again, super hot. But yeah, no. So a lot of people were saying her, and I was like, yeah, I could see it, but I wanted to go outside of what most people were saying. But Mila Kunis, I really like that, Dakota. She can act, albeit we see her in too many comedies to know that she can act. She can act, and her voice isn't that bad. Her voice isn't that bad. If she can maybe fix it an octave, so I'm not thinking Meg when I look at her with a lightsaber, she's fine. She's completely fine. And I want to see her in action. That's the one thing Mila Kunis is not really doing is action. So I like it. All right. So what we got for him?
I have Russell Crowe. And I think his name is Kyle Sendarak.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go with the guy that loves dying. And that's, what's his name from Game of Thrones?
Sean Bean?
Yes, Sean Bean. I'm going Sean Bean for this character. Mainly because we know he dies like 5 seconds after this. So it's like, give Sean Bean an epic lightsaber
He at
battle.
least has like 10 minutes in the movie world.
Yeah, in the movie where it'd be like 10 minutes and then dead, gone, boom, done. Over. That's it.
Nah, man, it needs to be James Franco. They need to pull an Alien Covenant. Not even tell anybody he's in the movie.
Wait, can I tell you how satisfying that was? Watching the movie and then just seeing him pop up and then serving no other purpose in that movie.
Exactly.
I was like, what is this? Like, that was so stupid. Why'd you even hide it? He did nothing for the movie. But I like that you said that. That was hilarious. All right, so I'm going Sean Bean. Dakota, where you going?
James Franco, all the way.
All right, James Franco. AJ, where you going?
I said Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe. All right, let's move on. I really like this. I really, really, really liked the Sith have returned. It's like, yeah, how are you not prepared for that? Who told you they would never be back? All right. All right, now, this is the one question I have for you guys. I don't know that other Sith's name in the back.
It starts with a V. I think it's like Vendicon or something like that. Master Vendicon or something. I'll look it up.
All right, so for someone we only see without his helmet once before he ultimately dies, I would say if I'm going to get a quick throwaway role, but something that kind of sticks.
Adam Sandler.
100% not. Let me think.
Yeah, it's Master Vendicon or Darth Vendicon, if you want to say.
Oh, okay. Wait, time out. I changed my Tom Hardy pick. I just thought of this. John Bernthal. That's who I would want to play Darth Malgus. John Bernthal.
Okay, I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going John
Don't
Bernthal.
take Javier Bardem, but I can see John Bernthal playing them.
Yeah, I'm going John Bernthal. Mainly because I was thinking John Bernthal for this new character. And then I'm like, no, he wouldn't really fit. I'm like, John Bernthal would be perfect as Malgus. And he's pretty big himself. He's a little on the short side, but he's big as shit. So what was this Sith's name, AJ?
Darth Vendicon.
Darth Vendicon.
I suck at pronouncing, so.
No, you're fine. Look, if there's a Star Wars nerd out there that thinks they can pronounce better than us, God bless them. Darth Vendicon. Okay, so Darth Vendicon. If he didn't already exist, I'd say Adam Driver. Because it's like the body stature is the same and he's used to already wearing a mask. I don't know. This is the only one that's stumping me. AJ, you got anything?
I chose Michael Shannon for him.
Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna piggyback on that shit. All right, Dakota, what do you got?
Know that he died for a couple minutes. I feel like he's like a real badass if you give him like a full feature film. And he handled himself very well against 2 master class Sith. So
I need to see more of them.
Yeah, I agree.
This battle was just like visually stunning.
See, look, I want y'all to notice that there are 0 close-ups to this. There's only medium shots or wide shots.
Right.
I hate when the Star Wars, live action Star Wars gets up close to their faces. It just annoys me so much and just ruins the experience.
Well, I guess does this guy wear a mask the whole time?
No, I'll show you.
Oh, it's almost, I need to see what his face looked like.
I got you.
Oh, so he's a bald guy.
Hold on. I skipped
He looks like Red Skull.
right here. Hold on. Let me go back a little bit. All right, let me let it pan in. Which, by the way, this was badass. Look at that moon.
I know.
Planet. Boom. There you go.
Okay, that's his face. Ron Perlman.
Yeah, I would hate it. I'll actually go. Not one up you, but I'll go Christoph Waltz.
Nah, you can't have him be that small of a role.
Why not?
He's too much of a talent, man.
Time out. You have to remember, though, if we're making this into a live action, this would be an extended version of this. So this scene would probably show the Sith coming into hyperspace, and then like the whole plan being formulated. So it'd be about 20 to 30 minutes.
Yeah.
To be honest, I really wish this was the opening scene. Having this as an opening scene to just start off, it will just give everybody else like the hypeness for the rest of the movie. I think this would be a perfect.
But that's why I said if you make this Christoph Waltz, even if it's like 10, 15 minutes and you kill him, the reason why it hits hard is that it's eerily similar. Like, this is Game of Thrones.
Yeah, 100%.
You can't look at a character and go, oh, he'll survive the whole way through. You don't know that. So to me, you have someone of that ilk being killed that early, you're like, oh, God damn, what? And think about it. Think about who you guys casted as that Jedi. He dies. He dies right here. So you get two big names that die like that, people immediately are like, yo, I got to see what happens next. Like,
yeah.
Who else do you have in here if your two biggest names are already dead? So
Yeah, that's fair.
I like that. And that's what I loved about Sean Bean dying in Game of Thrones, because I'm like, I didn't see that coming. I'm like, what? I'm like, I don't know anybody else in this show. What are you going to do? So I like that a lot. So I originally wanted to go with Mr. Anderson, the guy from Matrix and
Hugo Weaving?
Yeah.
Who was also Red Skull?
Yeah. I wanted to go.
That was my original pick, and then I switched to Michael Shannon.
I like Michael Shannon a lot.
I like Ron Perlman. I think
I like Ron
it.
Perlman also.
Yeah.
Albeit Ron Perlman loves being red. Like,
yeah, exactly.
But yeah, no, I'm going with Christoph Waltz. Because it would suck you in, and you're like, oh man, what are these guys about to do over the course of this movie? And then it's like, wait, what? Did he just die? What did I miss? So I love that. That's what I'm going with. So let's fast forward a little bit here, because we have a clone trooper to Fancast. And let's get out of this ad. Come on, please don't play an ad. I hate you.
Sponsored by Golden Nugget.
Heck yeah, man. We're doing some gambling.
Hate them so much. This would be dope to see play out on the big screen. Are you serious? Look at this army. But all right, we went a little too far. Hold on.
Oh, fuck yeah, Titanfall.
Right here. So he was one of the leading troopers. I don't know his name. None of these names really matter, because what we're fan casting would never be an actual movie.
You never know. You never know.
No, I mean with these specific characters, outside of like Malgus, we probably wouldn't see all these characters. I saw him and I immediately thought, why the hell not? Batista. Why not? Why not? All he is pretty much muscle. Why not Batista? You know? So that's what I'm going with. I'm going with Batista.
I'm going to go crazy just like you, and I'm going to say The Rock.
Jesus Christ.
The way we'll get to it, but the way he handles that force lightning, I'm like, The Rock. He'll be able to do something like that.
Jesus Christ. I'm just picturing The Rock never wearing his helmet because he's the goddamn Rock. Like, Batista at least would wear the helmet. The Rock would say, helmet? Bitch, and
wait, hold on. Dave Batista can't even wear a chest piece because it hurts his nipples.
What do you mean? What chest piece?
You don't remember in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, he refuses to wear that chest piece because it hurts his nipples?
Only difference is, AJ, in the comics, Drax never even has on a shirt. So it's like, that's fine that you want to keep your chest out. And this, look at this. There's everybody wearing helmets. The Rock legit would be the only one not wearing one. But look at this. Look at my Tom Hardy just knocking this shit out of air. Oh my God. Seeing him against Sith, it's just like, yo, you're not bad.
You can't see The Rock just charging everyone like that?
Yeah, I did like that. He ultimately got his ass handed to him, but I did like that a lot. Dakota, who would you have fan casted for the trooper?
Well, it's hard to go against those two picks because they're really good. Fuck, man, I guess I'd throw the other one in there. I'd throw Jason Momoa.
Good old Vin Diesel.
No, not Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel.
I don't need a grunty friggin' stormtrooper that I can barely understand.
Wait, Dakota, to be fair, if you listen to this guy talk as he's narrating the scene, it kind of sounds a little bit like Vin Diesel. If I'm being completely honest with you. His voice kind of sounded like it. But I love this. I can picture all three of our castings landing in right here. Total badass.
Good old.
Like she was with the
Karen.
shits, bro. She was with the shits. Like this isn't easy to go against. Like she's like, excuse me, the only Jedi. Like we're not even really thinking about that. She's the only Jedi here, with nothing but clones facing nothing but Sith.
And
Yeah,
droids.
man.
And I love this. I love that Malgus is kind of just like, bitch, I use one hand. You think I need two with you?
Again, why Tom Hardy should be Malgus. Or not Tom
I'm with you.
Hardy. Kane Hodder, sorry.
Oh, I'm like, I was with you. Tom Hardy should be him.
Nah. That'd just be another Bane ripoff.
Oh, well then I like, no, I liked your pick, but I did change mine to John Bernthal.
Yeah.
I do like your pick.
Good old Javier Bardem is perfect, but
This right here, look at this. This is when I first saw this, I was like, God, how did she not die? Like,
she has a force field around her hands.
no, that
Her
went
thought
in her
armor
hand.
is thick.
This, I could see Batista just blowing himself up. The Rock would be like, bitch, I'm too pretty for that. I
Well,
love
he really
how
messed his face up now.
I love how as this progresses, his face is just like, yo, could you maybe try to block one of these? Like,
Instead of just taking
See, the
every
thing is
single
that
thing
he's
to the
a tank.
face.
He's like the Hulk, basically.
No,
he's
you're
a
right.
pure tank.
You're absolutely right. But he is taking a lot of face shots. It's like watching a boxing match where the guy's dodging, but like all the hits are still hitting his face. Like, you should probably work on that, man. Like, I don't think your face should be taking all
You
these hits.
better work like Muhammad Ali over there. Just
Yeah, man. Like, your face definitely shouldn't be the thing that's taking all these punches. Like, your body
Yeah.
should be taking some of these.
That's going to do some damage, man. You're going to need to see a doctor after this.
Oh, 100%.
he
100%.
can force heal. It's fine.
He can force heal. AJ, he didn't, though. That's the thing. He didn't force heal. He looked horrible after this. But we obviously see the fallout here. I want to fast forward a little bit because this is the money shot right here. Look at that temple. Look at that, man.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Oh, my goodness. We need this live action movie. And look at this. Look how badass he is. Just walking up by himself. Now it's popping. Now I'm with the smoke. Jesus, that was one strike.
We need more utilization of the force and battle at the same time.
Okay, what about her?
Ooh.
Karen
Gillian.
Yes, that's
I
exactly
think-
what I was about to say.
I see it. 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 I'm actually going to raise you and say Karen Sackhoff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why not? This character essentially is who. Why did I just forget my wife's name? What happened?
Bo-Katan. Bo-Katan.
Yes, Bo-Katan. That's essentially what Bo-Katan became. It's exactly who she is right here. So I'm like, why not? But yeah, no. Karen Gillian, yeah. Oh, man, look how fucking dope this character looks. Oh, my God. Jeez. But yeah, I mean, your guy, Dakota, fits seeing him.
Kane Hodder. Yeah.
He fits seeing him walk right there, saying nothing, doing nothing, just walking. That's him. And here's AJ, the only time I'll disagree with you. This is the guy I said I would have had Chris Pine as.
Wait, which one?
The Jedi.
Oh, okay.
The Jedi. He looks almost eerily similar to Chris Pine. I would have had Chris Pine as him. You need a big name going up against your big name, Darth Malgus. And like Chris Pine would have been dope. But who would you guys have had as that Jedi?
I don't think I had a choice for him, so I might have to go with Chris. I don't know. I might have to think on that one. Hold on.
You got any?
Henry Cavill.
Who?
Henry Cavill.
Oh.
Guy who plays Superman.
Actually, I'm sorry. Fuck John Bernthal. I'd have Henry Cavill as Darth Malgus.
Nah.
The body is huge, and Henry Cavill does have it. Watch The Witcher. Does have a darker voice.
Yeah, I know. I liked him in The Witcher. He did a really good job with it.
Yeah,
I don't
and
know.
like the way he wielded a sword, I'm like, he could wield a lightsaber. He could 100% wield a lightsaber. Only reason I said having Henry Cavill as that Jedi probably wouldn't go with the studio is because you're not going to get a studio to sign off on him dying this early. like Henry Cavill.
But this could be near the like the middle of the film. Like I would say like an hour, 45 to an hour half of the mark. Of the
Only
movie.
issue with that, AJ, is remember after this, that's it for this story. Like there is nothing else of this story. It's the Sith overtaking the temple, and then that's it. Like it ends here. Whoa, my God! Look at that!
Yeah.
Oh my! Look, and that's why your guy makes perfect sense, Dakota. Look at that!
Fucking Kane Hodder, man.
Look at that! Look
Gorgeous.
at that!
That's a gorgeous shot right there.
What a shot, man! All right, so we're in our next phase. This right here, I told you guys before, none other than Sam Witwer. I'd have him be both the brothers, Sam Witwer.
Yeah.
I have to disagree on that one.
Who you
Sam
going?
Witwer is Star Killer, 100%. That's all I want to choose.
Yeah, but AJ, we're never getting him as canon again.
You
We have
never
to
know.
accept that.
You never know.
You say that, but there was think about this, AJ. There was no reason for them to make him non-canon.
You never know. Like I said,
All right,
technically they're all non-canon except for the movies.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, no, you're right about that. But look, until I hear anything about a Star Killer show, movie, game, he's no longer Star Killer.
I'm gonna
I
make
have
up
him
a
as the
rumor
brother.
saying Star Killer's coming.
So who you going with?
I'm gonna say Ansel Elgort from Baby Driver.
Ooh, yeah. He seems like he has some rage to him. I like it. I can dig it.
You guys are missing it. You guys are missing out on something obvious. Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh no.
I think Leonardo DiCaprio would be more willing to play this guy than the sons.
Mm.
I think Leo would be willing to play the very vengeful father. And I think Leo would actually prefer to be the father than the kids.
Maybe.
I think it'd just be too hard to sell him on the kids.
Yeah.
I don't
this
see
guy-
Leo being in the Star Wars movie.
Say it again.
I don't see Leo being in the Star Wars movie.
Remember this, AJ? He almost was Spider-Man. So the fact that he even entertained that means part of Leo is a little geeky. Is a little geeky.
Fair enough. Okay.
But the reason why I said I could see Leo playing this character is, remember, his arc is just being the douche. Like he doesn't do any lightsaber battles. He doesn't do any fighting. He's legit just the douche of the story. And I'm like, Leo could do that. He could just stand there with his hands behind his back for an hour and 45 minutes, just being the vengeful father. I could see it. So who would you say for the father?
I had multiple choices, and then I gave up on most of them. I said Russell Crowe first.
I agree.
Then I said Casey Affleck after that. Then I said Michael Shannon after that.
Yes.
And then I think my last choice was Hugo Weaving for him.
Yeah, I agree on everyone except for the one that's obviously too young to be the father. Casey Affleck is way too
Isn't
young.
he like 49?
No, you got to remember, Casey Affleck, I think, is heading into his 40s.
Is he?
Because I think I want to say he's maybe 10 years younger than Ben, I think. But
He is 34. Okay, never mind.
He's 34?
44.
Yeah, I thought so. I love those other picks, AJ. What was the first one again?
Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe, yep.
But I have Russell Crowe as the master of Satel.
Ooh. I like him for either or. I'll take him. I'll take it. Yep, that's who I want now. All right, that's a new thing to beat, Dakota. Russell Crowe.
I think. This is a tough one. We'll give you Nick Offerman. I'll take Nick Offerman.
He's in this new series that's a Hulu exclusive that I heard nothing but good things about, where I think he's playing a more serious character.
Ozark?
Yeah.
Would you say, AJ?
Is it Ozark?
No, that's
No?
Jason Bateman.
Oh, God.
I would say, Dakota, I could give you an answer once I see that show, because it's not a no, because he looks just like him. So it's not a no. It's just I've never seen him in anything serious.
Yeah.
And that show is supposed to be serious. So I want to check out that show, and then I can give you a more definitive answer. So I'll table it as definitely a maybe. I mean, why not? Why can't he? Would be my question. Why can't he? But yeah, no, Russell Crowe is definitely like the. Once you said that, I was just like, oh yeah. No, he could do it. All right, let's see the story play out. Let's fast forward. There is a shot in here that I freaking love that I wanted you guys to see. You guys clearly, obviously, already saw it. Oh my god, I hate YouTube so much.
Yeah, they've gotten ridiculous with their ads lately.
Really ridiculous. Like, I get it. You're trying to make money, but dude, come on. All right, this right here, not this scene, the scene coming up, where they started to turn dark is when I was like, yo, I want this as a live action. All right, so it's coming up right here. Right, look at the planet. Look at this planet. All right, I never really gave her much thought, but I'm like, if I had to pick somebody, that I would trade off AJ, and I would actually prefer Karen Gillian to be her. And then I thought, no, I actually would prefer Gamora, Zoe Saldana, to play her.
Yeah, I can see that a little bit. I can see that.
Like, that's what I went off the cuff, because I'm like, everybody else, I would rather see play like a Jedi. Like, everyone else that's female, I would rather see play a Jedi. Even though I long for the day that we have a female big bad in a Star Wars movie or in a superhero movie where the female is your big bad. I would love that. Any thoughts, guys?
Okay.
Yeah.
I have. Now that you talked about that, I have a mixed one on here. So this is gonna be for later, though. I have one actress for later, but I would actually love her to play her. And her name was Anya Charles. I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but the girl from The Witcher.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Only reason I say no, AJ, is because her role is meant to be Asajj Ventress. Asajj Ventress was born for her. So I'm like, I want to hold out to see if we can get an Asajj Ventress movie. If not, then I completely agree.
I thought she wanted Angelina Jolie. Was it Angelina Jolie for Asajj?
Yeah, my only issue was I did kind of want to go younger. Like, I didn't want it just to be one movie. And then I thought, what if it's a series? I'm like, I would want someone that could be around for the long haul.
Okay, but I actually have another pick for her later on.
Later on?
Yeah.
Okay, who you got, Dakota?
For this, I'm gonna say from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, who plays was it Angela?
Rosa Diaz.
Rosa.
Yeah.
Yes.
Beatrice.
Stephanie Beatrice.
Yes.
Yep, I agree completely. 1,000% I agree.
Yeah, because she's badass as hell.
Great casting.
Oh yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I can see that.
Great casting. That is actually spot on.
Actually, yeah, I'm gonna choose that.
Yeah, I love it. Really good casting, and I love this here. Seeing him lose both an arm and half of his face, like just how dark the story got. I loved.
Harvey Dent.
Seeing him pick up the red lightsaber and embrace the darkness, I freaking look at this. Look how terrified she is. Look at that. Oh, he looks so dope. Sam Witwer was born for this, AJ. Are you crazy? That looks just like Sam.
Star Killer.
I'll never disagree. If he could be Star Killer, let's do it. But if not, let's get him as these brothers.
Just two brothers in a sandstorm trying to make their way around space.
And I love how they just walk through the sandstorm like it just didn't even faze them. Like, whatever.
We have force powers. It's all good.
We would walk through it and get sand in our eyes, our mouth, our nose.
Mm-hmm.
We'd start suffocating. But no, him? Nah, it's no biggie. All right, so obviously we see him turn on his brother here. Now, this is the story that broke my heart. This is the one. Now, I easily said this right here, this character. Hold on.
Liv Tyler.
I want to pause it right on her. That's not bad, but I'm actually going with someone we've actually seen before. And that's, God damn it, YouTube.
Fucking George Washington looking asshole.
And I'm actually going with Daisy Ridley.
Wait, for which character?
I mean, you can't have two
Was
Daisy
it the mother or
Ridleys.
the sister?
The mother. Well, she's not the mom. She's the her trainer.
No, she's the mom.
You sure?
Yeah.
But she looks just like Daisy Ridley. That's why I went Daisy Ridley.
She's the mom, right?
No, I don't think she was. I think she was just her trainer. Like, her job was to make her strong within the Force.
I'm pretty sure that was her mom, but yeah, okay. I'm gonna look it up later.
She's watching her brothers right here. She looks just like Daisy Ridley. That's crazy.
I'd say Liv Tyler. She looks more like Liv Tyler.
I wouldn't have any problems with Liv Tyler. I need the woman to be somebody that's super badass. Because you guys remember that scene where she's fighting off the guards to get.
Well, we'll see that soon.
Yeah.
We'll see that soon.
Chloe Grace Moretz is who I fan casted to be the daughter.
Younger or older?
Older.
Yeah.
Older.
Yeah, for sure.
Older. Because I'm like, she could tap into a level of darkness I haven't seen a younger actress be able to tap into. We forget how dark Hit Girl was. Like, there was nothing lighthearted about Hit Girl. This I loved. I'm like, God damn, I've never seen anyone utilize the Force like that. That was pretty freaking sick.
Mm-hmm.
So wait, we're sitting here just infatuated by this. We didn't even talk about it. Who else did you guys have for the mom/instructor until we figure out exactly what she was?
All right.
Yeah, I'm sticking with Liv Tyler.
Okay.
I'm going Jennifer Connelly.
Yeah, that's another good one.
Hold on, I was looking it up.
I'm actually going to give you guys a swerve here. I'm actually going to go Jamie Alexander.
I don't know who she is off the top of my head.
She was in Thor and Thor: The Dark World, and she was in the show on NBC called shit.
Oh shit! Is she what's one of the Warriors 3?
Yeah.
Lady Sith.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Word.
So I'm on Jamie Alexander mainly because I've seen her fight, and it's like when we get to the scene that we're hyping up, Jamie Alexander would shine.
Yes. So she is the mother, and her name is Senior Turla. I think it's.
Oh, okay. The only reason why AJ I said I didn't think she was the mother is because this guy who we assume is the dad and her never really seemed like they communicated.
He's just an asshole, basically. He just doesn't care.
Yeah, but he banished her right here. I'm like, what what? He banishes her. And that's why I was like, oh, it was a trainer who not fell in love, but cared too much for her protege, and the dad didn't like it. This is when I said Chloe Grace Moretz would shine. Right here, this torture, this putting her through the ringer, she would easily just thrive in it and then come out like a monster.
Sick tats too.
Yeah.
Okay, so with this, I love how they like do that. As she ages through it and she feels all that pain, I love that.
Yeah.
And I actually picked Daphne Keene for the little girl, and then I when she gets older and older, I chose Anya for that one, for the more older version of what's her name?
I don't mind that actually.
Violet, I think her name is.
That's not bad. I would say if you wanted to do this, you'd have to do it soon. Have you seen Daphne Keene lately? She's getting older. She's getting older and taller. So it's like she's not going to be able to do that much longer. Actually, I originally went with Millie Bobby Brown. And I wanted Millie Bobby Brown from this age right here to where we see her grow into. Because Millie Bobby Brown is almost in her 20s. So I'm like, she could just progress herself, doing the role herself from this age all the way up. So Millie Bobby Brown is actually who I would go with.
Daphne Keene is 15 years old right now.
Yeah, this girl right here is about 15. At this point, is about 15. This scene right here is why I'm like, Jamie Alexander. When I saw this, I was like, yes. And the reason why we need a movie about this timeline is we've never seen live action wise Jedi with a dual lightsaber.
Or ever utilized, just like what she's doing.
Yeah, look at this. Look at this.
I like how she turns off her lightsaber, takes away her lightsaber, goes hand to hand, gets it back, uses the lightsaber. It's incredible.
Like, people forget, AJ, and I want to give you credit because you said this a few weeks back. I still think you're wrong, but you said this a few weeks back. Everyone always raves about the action sequences with DC and with Marvel. But what people fail to realize is if Star Wars were to do Jedi and Sith accurately, where we get a large amount of their battles, there is no hand-to-hand or visual that's better than what Star Wars could produce. I'm sorry. Like, go ahead. I'm sorry, AJ.
If they get foreign, like people who did The Raid, people who did Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, I feel like Star Wars choreography and just visuals will be perfect. I just need that in my life right now.
Yeah. Yeah, and this here is what is originally why I said Chloe Grace Moretz. But it's hard because between her and Millie Bobby, they both handle emotion so well.
I say that because Star Wars is influenced by Seven Samurai, and I just feel like it would be better if they get choreographers like Iko Uwais, who did The Raid, and even people from John Wick. I just feel like their sensibility and like action.
Let's not forget the dad could have been Ian McShane. Could have easily been Ian McShane, and the mother could have been I know it's way out there, but could have been Halle Berry. What she did in John Wick 2 made me kind of go, all right, okay, Holly. All right.
I forgive you for Catwoman.
I forgive you for Catwoman and Gothica.
Well, that wasn't, to be fair, that wasn't her fault.
Neither one of those movies were her fault, AJ, but still, you blame her. You have to blame her. She signed on for it. But no, I will say this right here, I'm glad we got to Fancast this together, and I'm glad we got to give our fans a visual of it. Hopefully it doesn't get taken down. But this was fun. I want to do fan castings more with you guys. You guys had great ideas for your fan casting. I freaking love this. And those 3 stories were so great. So great. I guess
they don't even have to be in one movie. It can be a trilogy, basically. And I love that.
See, I wasn't even saying a trilogy. It should be 2 separate stories. The one with Malgus, where the Sith is taking over. And then this story with the brothers and the sister is the sequel to the idea of what this is what the Malgus story is setting up. Because now that the Sith are back, Sith are now overthrowing everything, and you now have so little Jedi scattered everywhere. And then you have Ian McShane come in as the dad, training his kids to be ultimately Sith. So I would love it. I would love that. It could play off of each other. I'm getting goosebumps thinking of how dope our fan castings would look in live action.
When I watched this the other day, I was thinking that this is the anime nerd in me right now, but I was thinking the storyline with Itachi and Sasuke and Naruto, where Itachi just kills his whole clan just to keep Sasuke safe. And I would love to see either Thexan or Arkan, I think his name is, one of them like kills the their whole family, including the father, except for the sister. The sister survives. I feel like that would be even better, and either one of the 2 brothers will want revenge later on in the story, and I just feel like that rivalry and just pure hate would go off and feed off each other very well.
I mean, I would even like the idea of the sister being kidnapped, and the brother's job is to go rescue her. And through that, they kind of see that the dad set it up to kind of fuel them a little bit. Like, just make the dad just so cutthroat. Like, make the dad to where it's like, if one of the kids dies, he doesn't care. There's 2 more. You know? So kind of make him cutthroat to where you're really seeing how diabolical he is and how much he wants to be what we end up seeing Sidious became. He wants that. He wants the power. He wants the influence. And make it somewhat of a political movie to where he is what Supreme the Chancellor was, but he doesn't hide that he's evil. Like, he doesn't hide it. He's like, no, yeah, I want you guys to die. Sure, yeah, let's do it. Make it kind of like that. We could easily create so many Star Wars stories. I'm realizing between the three of us, we could legit make an entire universe of Star Wars movies that would easily gross over 500 million, every last one of them. Because if you're a Star Wars fan, we're making these for you. That's exactly how I view it. If you're a Star Wars fan, these movies are for you. If you're not, you'll just want to join in on the hype of it. That's as simple as it is. But the first thing we would say as we sit in the writer's room, all right, first things first, unlimited lightsaber battles. Go from there.
As long as it's a max of like 15. No more than 15.
Yeah.
That's just too much.
Yeah. It's like, wait, so how often do you want it? I want it when they're sitting down eating at dinner for him just to extend his lightsaber.
Okay, we're not doing
Just
all
use it to cut the meat.
Just extend it.
Just cut like chunks out
It's
the
basically
apple.
like Darth Maul did in Solo.
Yes, exactly. Put it everywhere. But no, in all seriousness, I think if the three of us get together with the Dave Filoni, we could make a Star Wars universe that rivals what the MCU and DCEU are doing easily.
Maybe more MCU than the DCEU.
It's not that hard to please Star Wars, man. Just don't do
Not at all.
what they're doing.
Give them what they want. That's all they want. Give them what they want.
Lightsaber battles, mythology of the Force, the rivalry of the Sith and Jedi. That's basically all you have to do. That is all.
Yeah.
I just want 10 straight hours of TIE fighter noise, honestly.
I wouldn't mind it. Honestly, I would love that. Like, you know how people have calming, soothing sounds of
Yeah, 10 hours of like ambient Star Destroyer noise.
I would like that. I would like that. I would love that. I would love that. It would put me to sleep easily. I'd have sweet dreams too. But no, I like I said, I love doing this with you guys. I don't think there was any other Star Wars news that we needed to get to, was there?
John Boyega pretty much said, fuck them kids. He posted because of all the horrible shit that's going on right now. John Boyega sent out a tweet that said, I fucking hate racist, and someone replied to it and said, me too, but you should watch your swearing. There's a lot of young Star Wars fans that follow you. And he's like, man, this is my personal account. I'm not here for kids.
Let's say fuck them kids.
He's like, fuck them kids.
I like it. I like that energy. We need more of that in Star Wars.
Makes me respect John Boyega like 1,000 times more.
100%. And I'll say this. Talking Star Wars with you guys is definitely helping take some of the stress off of what's actually happening in the world. Podcasts like these are important to people.
Yeah. The world's a shitty place. We try to make it a little less shitty.
We try our best. That's why through this whole quarantine, I've been giving our fans nothing but podcasts. Whether it's Versus or Great Debates or Game Night or whatever. Just because you need something, because every time you turn on TV, it's like, oh my God. Yep. Come on now. So hopefully
I gotta tell you, I was outside before this podcast, just just doing my pre-show thing. We don't need to get into the details of it. But I just kept hearing fucking gunfire in the distance. I'm like, the fuck is this? Am I like, am I in Mexico? Is this like a cartel thing? Because this is like, that's what it sounds like in those like stereotypical drug movies where you just listen to the window and it's just gunfire all over the place. Like, what the hell is going on? So maybe the world's ending, hopefully. I don't know. I think it's about time, honestly.
Hey, the world does not have permission to end until I get my Batman movie. When I get it,
we're so close.
You are more than welcome to end. You are more than welcome. Once I get Batman,
I'm ready to buy a dune buggy and put some unnecessary spikes and shit on it.
I need Blade to come out. I want Blade and Shang-Chi to come out.
Yeah, but unfortunately, AJ, Blade is so far.
I don't know, guys. Blade, dune buggy. Blade, dune buggy.
Batman.
Dune buggy. I can have
Batman is
flamethrowers on that shit, man.
overrated. I
I can
agree.
have a grappling hook that has no functional purpose other than to look cool.
Yeah. Hey, it sometimes it pays to be cool.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna start wearing leather harnesses too, because I guess that's part of the attire for post world.
Hey, all I'm saying is, I just need my Batman movie. Then whatever happens, it happens. But not before I get that shit. I need it. I desperately need it. If I could inject it in my veins, I would. But anyway, AJ, it was hard not to invite you just to hear what you would say, but we did a watch party for Suicide Squad last night. I'm gonna post it up on YouTube, but I just have to figure out how to do it so they won't take it down, because like I have the movie actually playing, not the audio, just the video as we're breaking it down. And I'm like, we actually could do that for like a Star Wars movie. So if like I'm able to get that Suicide Squad video up and it's not taken down, like we could try. I mean, Disney is such a fucking pain in the ass.
Yeah, you probably have to use stills.
Unfortunately, we probably have to use stills. But look, we got to figure out what we want to do for next week's episode. It sucks the other Dakota wasn't on here, because I'm sure he would have liked to have been a part of it. I'm sure he'll text me later and like, oh, I forgot. And I'm like, yeah, no, we noticed. But I want to thank you guys for another awesome episode. I'm glad we got to cover some news topics because we thought they were fun. So we covered some news and we got in our Fancast. So hopefully this does not get flagged for all the footage that we had on here. Fingers crossed. But even if it does get flagged, we'll still have the audio. I post both from now on. I post both video and audio, so we'll be fine. But
Excellent.
thank you guys, and as always, may the force be with you.
Always.
Take care now. Bye bye then.